Do y'all think something's going to be wrong with the product that Sid was supplying deception? What are y'all thoughts? Let me know down below. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another review live chess. This for General Hospital, April 10th, 2025. Okay, y'all. So first things first, let me know y'all thoughts on today's episode down below. So we're gonna start with Josh, Gio, Emma, and what's his name? Vaughn. I wrote it at the wrong spot. Let me scratch that out. Hold on, y'all. Right, Vaughn right there. And I got a question. So do y'all think that Emma is the one that Josh supposed to be? What is she supposed to be doing anyway? I don't even think we know. We just know she had an assignment. She has an assignment. I think she was talking to Vaughn and she said something about they didn't tell her, or Brandon didn't tell her what she had to do. He just sent her back there and said something. And Vaughn had told her something about environmental science, and wasn't Emma just talking about that? I was like, so is she the target? I'm confused. What does they think she know, or what does she know? I was like, I'm confused. Are they trying to go after Anna then? Look, they trying to trick us, y'all. I told y'all. Look, we don't know at this point. It might be Emma, it might be Anna, it might be Jason, it might be Sonny. We don't know. This episode, Josh, Gio, and Emma, they was just talking, and Jocelyn was thanking Emma for, protecting the family crib. She was saying how Michael would have felt, upset about that if anything had happened to it, and they was just talking about that. I think Josh ends up spotting Vaughn, and that's when she ends up leaving. And Gio and Emma was just talking about Jocelyn, and he was trying to get her to see that maybe she think wrong about Jocelyn. And I was like, I should have known then. We should have known then. Now we don't know until they actually say what the plan is. And then at the same time, I want to know more about Vaughn. I want to know if he a good guy or a bad guy. But yeah, that's all that happened with them. Brandon and Carly, they was out eating and talking and stuff. I think he asked her about Jocelyn. I said, do y'all think he encouraged Carly to go confront Willow so that she won't be having eyes on him, so he could go find out about Jocelyn and how she doing, and is she doing the assignment right, and all this other stuff? Let me know down below, because this isn't the first time. Remember how Jason been locked up? He been locked up. Matter of fact, he was locked up. Well, not locked up, but arrested. He was arrested because he planted the doggone hair. I forgot about that. He was the one who planted Jason hairs there. I forgot about that, y'all. So, and remember when he was like, I just got off the phone. He was trying to get Carly out the doggone office so that Jocelyn could come in. I was like, that's one thing he lied about. He lied. He knew where Jocelyn was. He got her training and stuff like that. And he basically blackmailed her. I was like, see, he done lied about a bunch of stuff. And people still think that he a good guy. We'll see, though. But yeah, they were just talking about Josh and everything, and they were just flirting with each other. Then Tracy came. She came to let Carly know that Willow had movers come, and she moving into Drew's house and stuff like that. And Carly was saying something about she didn't know. And I was like, I thought she did know. But then she clarified. She was like, she knew, but she just thought that she wouldn't go through with it. She wouldn't go through with it. I said, what made you think that? I said, what made you think that? All the things she done did since hooking up with this man, you really thought she wasn't going to move in with him? But yeah, Tracy was the one telling Carly about it. And then she was like, Jason said he would handle it, but, she had her doubts, so she told her to handle it. And Carly was just talking to Brandon about it. Excuse me. She was just talking to Brandon about it, and she was like, she been distracted, and she was in the hospital, and he just telling her it's okay because she was in the hospital and stuff like that. Then she was like, I think she made a comment about confronting her. And he was like, why don't you? I was like, he tried to get her to get eyes off of him. That's what he tried to do over here, manipulating this lady. But yeah, she gonna go. She gonna go. I wonder how Jason gonna get there, though. Is this gonna be a different scene? Because y'all know, well, if you don't know, on not Monday's episode, at the beginning of the episode, Monday morning, Lord have mercy. Monday morning, y'all know how they be showing the promos. Didn't they show Carly about to slap Willow and then Jason grabbed her? And I'm wondering if that's on tomorrow's episode, or is she gonna go over there another time? But yeah, Drew, they need to get caught already. Dog, it's April already, and these folks still ain't got caught slipping. Nobody done told about Nina and Drew yet. But yeah, Sasha, Tracy, Jason. Tracy was talking to Sasha, and I think she was looking for Jason. So then he ends up coming, and then she was saying how she wants him to step up, asking where he was when, Drew had the whole situation going on about the family crib and stuff like that. And she just wanted him to step up. So then they see some guys coming or whatever. And I was like, what's about to go on here? But it was just movers. They came because they wanted to get the Willow and the kids' stuff out. Tracy told me some no, and they ended up leaving. And that's when Jason was like, he finna get ready to go over there. And Sasha ends up stopping him, letting him know, you just gonna make things worse. If you tell her not to do it, she just gonna want to be with him more or whatever. And I said, facts. Y'all ain't realized yet? And she said exactly what we've been saying. This lady is in another cult. She's in another cult. That's what Sasha ends up telling Jason or whatever. So he agrees that he's not gonna do nothing as of right now. So we'll see how all that plays out. Willow, Drew, Wiley, Nina. So Willow and Drew was just talking. Wiley was right there. I think he was excited about a bunk bed or something like that. And she was just over here. I think they ended up kissing and stuff like that. Next thing you know, it was a knock at the door, and it's Nina. I was like, Nina gonna do whatever she can to try to get this girl to move away from him. And he told her, look, I'm allowing you to be in the house. But if you keep on, I'm gonna make sure you ain't a part of her life either. I'm warning you. That ain't what he said, but basically what he said. And I was like, he threatening you, girl. Go on, tell. Because the next thing, I've been saying that for months now. I've been saying the next thing he gonna do is tell. He gonna one up her and tell. He gonna tell. He gonna be the one to tell. Because then she ain't got nothing over him. She ain't got nothing. All he gotta do is say, yeah, Nina, he could flip it or whatever. He could be like, Nina just wanted me to help her out to get back close to you, and I did, or whatever. We end up getting close, or whatever the case may be. We end up sleeping together or something like that. He could flip it any type of way. Either he could flip it or he could just tell the truth and she gonna believe it. But yeah, what else happened? I think Nina came, and then I think, did she see Wiley first? I think she seen Wiley, and then he said something. He needed mommy help. He needed Willow help with something in the room. And I said, don't leave these two alone. I said, Nina, not Nina, Willow. Every time you come out or something like that, these two got their heads together. They up close or something like that. Something you could feel the tension in the doggone room. You could feel something like some got it. Her intuition, her gut, something, or her common sense. Everything went out the doggone door. I'm like, every time you turn your back, these two huddled up, and you ain't suspicious yet. I was like, because every time she come back, they whispering or they up close, and man, something ain't clicking. Something definitely not clicking. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix this. But yeah, I think that's when Drew was like, what do you think you doing? Because Nina was trying to convince Willow to allow Monica to see the kids. She was like, she the one quarter main, first of all, Wiley and them love. And she the one quarter main who, has to turn their back on you and stuff like that. So after she left to go help Wiley, Drew ends up telling Nina to watch herself. And he was saying how he invited her in his home or whatever, but that could change. That could change with the quickness or whatever. And I was like, Nina, you doing, once again, you doing everything except telling the truth. But I'm ready to get to the Sidwell. Did we skip it? No. I about to say, I'm ready to get to the Sidwell part because I feel like something going on with that doggone, what it was, zinc? The doggone stuff he's supposed to be supplying. When they showed it, and he was like, here's it. He showed them what it was and stuff like that. I was like, it's something. It got to be something with the zinc. And it got to be a reason why he wanted to, fund the whole nurses' ball and be the one in charge or whatever. I was like, it got to be something. I don't know. We'll see. But, let me see. Oh, I forgot to mention. I think I mentioned at the beginning that Carly ends up showing up or whatever to confront Willow about moving the kids in. And she's supposed to be telling her, Michael's not here to fight for the kids, so I'm going to do it. And was Brennan the one that said that Willow thinks she could do whatever she wants because Michael's not there? Yeah, he was trying to get her up out of there. He definitely was. Because Sony, I think, did he leave first or did she leave first? I don't know. Because he said something to Sewell on his way out. Laura and Jordan. So Jordan wanted Laura to fire her. She wanted Laura to fire her so she could have a reason to accept Sewell's job. And she telling her the same thing, be careful, Lucky told me everything he did. And she still think that he won't do nothing to her. She underestimated him. But yeah, they was just talking about that. And they agreed to do the firing or have this big disagreement remember on yesterday's episode when they was talking about something about allowing the public to choose where they want the project to, the espionage or whatever the word is, to be. Yeah, that's when they supposed to do it. So Lord took her tail. I told y'all she can't stay away from Sunday to save her doggone life or her career. Curtis didn't worry about her career and she don't seem to care. Why you keep going where this man is at? Stay away from him. You been doing it, now all of a sudden she can't stay away from Sunday. I think they was trying to come up with a plan about how they gonna do this. So they were saying that the one thing that they have been having a disagreement about is Sunny. So that's what they gonna use. But like I said, at the end of the episode, Laura did warn Sunny about what's about to take place. Who else we got? Maxie, Lucy, Sidwell. So they always waiting on Tracy to show up so they can sign the documents and make it official. Sidwell kept acting like, okay, I got other places to be. I got other people that want to do business with me and stuff like this. Just letting them know so they can be in a rush to sign. Supplying them with what they need or whatever and making it seem like he doing them a favor. And I was like, yeah, he playing this. Well, obviously he playing something, but yeah, I want to know what it is. I want to know what it is. I want to know if it's about the doggone zinc or whatever. Because the way they showed it, it was like, okay, they foreshadowing what's to come. But yeah, Tracy finally made it, and at first she didn't want to sign it, but eventually she ends up signing it. And before she got there, like I said, he was like, here is the zinc or whatever. And Lucy. She always want to jump on board with stuff and she don't know nothing about nothing. But yeah, the way they showed the doggone zinc, I was like, is there something in there? Is he planning on doing something major to these folks or what? We finna see though. Sonny and Natalia. So he ended things. He ended whatever they had going on. Somehow he wanted to end it. He was mad because she didn't tell the truth, and she was saying why she didn't tell the truth. And I was confused. Was they just saying that, Marco is her only child, or well, they ain't said that, but you know what I'm saying if you've seen the episode. Cause I'm like, okay, is Blaze his daughter too, or just is Marco and Blaze his kids, or just Marco? Like I thought so. I thought both of them was. But yeah, she was like, he's my ex-husband and we have a son together. And he was like, was that the dude that I seen you with? And she was like, yeah, that was him. And he was like, why you didn't introduce me? And she was like, we are already on bad terms as it is or whatever. I ain't had time to introduce you. I'm barely in good standing with this man. But yeah, Sonny felt some type of way. And he was like, basically he can't trust her, and they ending that whatever they had going up on the friendship or whatever. And she over here emotional and crying, and I don't know if he was emotional or not. And I was like, dawg, they ain't even hooked up yet, did they? They ain't never hooked up, did they? I was like, dawg, at least have them hooked up. Y'all done did all this, but they probably gonna get back together or get back involved or whatever. And he asked her not to say anything about his heart condition. Do y'all think he gonna think she said something? Y'all hear my niece? Do y'all think he gonna think she said something? Let me know down below. But yeah, we already talked about Laura and Sonny. But I think that's everything, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces, hair girls, they be safe.